Hi guys, it's Justice. Welcome back to my channel. You might be wondering, why is this called the Disney vlog, but you're sitting in your mom's bedroom on the floor. We're moving and our whole house is a disaster. And this is the room that is the least disaster right now and has the best lighting. So here I am. Also, I've already finished editing the whole Disney vlog portion, but I realized that while I was there, I was so focused on just having fun at Disney that I didn't give a lot of information that I feel like is important for surviving Disney with chronic illness. I actually haven't publicly announced this yet, but I was recently diagnosed with a Lyme disease. Really exciting. Also, many of you probably don't know, but my sister Grace, my sister Glory, and my mom have all also been diagnosed. Most of you already know from my channel that I have had endometriosis. Everything from that surgery is better. I have no more endometriosis. I'm completely in remission. For all intents and purposes, I'm cured. Really, most of my problems now are having to do with Lyme disease, or I also was diagnosed with interstitial cystitis. All of that is like kind of my clout for why I should be talking about surviving theme parks with a chronic illness. Also, because we're moving, we're packing, so my nail polish is chipped. Spoiler from my last video is my greatest pet peeve. And I have band-aids all over my fingers because I cut my fingers like 1,000 times yesterday packing boxes. Here are the things that I think that you need to have if you're going to Disneyland. This is probably just good for most people to have if they're going to Disneyland, but especially if you have chronic illness and you might not think of these things. Things that I like to always bring, and you'll see in the video, I forgot to bring a jacket this time. It's so important to bring a jacket to Disneyland or Disney World because it can be really, really cool in the mornings and evenings when there's shade, and then as soon as that sun comes out, there's not a lot of places to escape and get shade. You want to have layers on. I like to wear a t-shirt or a tank top and then have a really warm jacket that I can put on over it, even like a sweatshirt. I like to always bring snacks. Disney is expensive and a lot of people with chronic illness also follow very strict diets, including myself, so I'm very strictly gluten and dairy free. I brought 2 cans of gluten-free Pringles that they have at Walmart and also a thing of gluten-free Oreos. I don't know what brand they are. I think they're great value. Bringing bars is great. Disney will let you bring in any food that you want as long as it's not in a glass container. So you can literally pack an entire meal, just bring it in plastic. Also, bringing water is great. I like to drink clean, filtered, reverse osmosis, remineralized, alkaline water. They're definitely not gonna have that at Disney. They're very accommodating, but not that accommodating. So I like to bring a big water bottle that I can drink for most of the day. And if you happen to run out, you can refill that bottle. Disney gives you free water anywhere that you go. So I always bring a first aid bag. And inside of that bag, I have any medication that I could possibly need. So I like to bring naproxen, which is just an anti-inflammatory. I like to bring anti-nausea medicine in case I go on a ride that makes me sick, stuff for cold and flu. And I like to bring band-aids and Neosporin, something like that. That way, if I get blisters, I can take care of it. If I get nauseous, I can take care of it. I really don't like to take medication, if at all possible, when I'm at home, but I tend to get a little bit anxious if I am out in public and I don't have what I need. Especially at Disney, you don't want to be anxious. You don't want to be worried that like, what if I have a flare up right now? Eases my mind. And also I've been able to help other people who maybe get motion sickness. I'm pretty on top of my motion sickness. I know what makes me sick and what doesn't, so I just don't go on things that make me sick. And other people maybe haven't learned their limits yet, so it's good to have anti-nausea medicine. Okay, this changed the game for me for all traveling with chronic illness, especially when I was in the thick of endometriosis. Usually I'm fine now and I don't really need this, but Thermacare makes these packs. It's like a sticker that heats up when it reacts with air, but they work great on your lower abdomen and they're so thin that you can't see them through your clothes. I would get some of those for your trip to Disney. I even use those on airplanes because my lower back sometimes gets really sore. That brings me to the final most important thing to bring. It's probably not the most important, but a poncho. This trip, I brought 2 ponchos to Disney. They're 98 cents at Walmart, and I literally pulled one over my head and then pulled it down around my waist to cover my whole lower half of me because water would always inevitably wash and pool. And then I put the other one over my head, kept my hair dry. You'll see in the video. It really did save me. Wow, this lighting is so good. Yeah, we've been sitting in traffic for an hour and a half. We just pulled into the parking garage. Hey Kate, do you know any Disney jokes?
Okay, no, tell me one.
I don't know any. I wanted you to tell me one.
I don't know any. Good morning, thank you.
Embarrassing. We had a Walmart bag in the window.
The sun was just blinding me.
What character are you dressed up as today?
Anna Kate.
My favorite.
I'm gonna put my ears on.
Please, I know I'm gonna be so cold because this is the only jacket I brought.
Yeah, same. I brought like the thinnest.
We are going to Starbucks right now, but I wanted to tell you guys, we paid $10 extra per ticket to get something called Max Pass. So we are able to reserve fast passes from our phone. You can order food from your phone, you can do that without buying the Max Pass. But you can also get all the photos they take for the whole day for free. So, not sponsored guys, but I wish. There are 2 really helpful things that will save your legs for your day at Disney. The first thing is a Disney Max Pass. It's $10 extra per ticket, so once you've already paid $200 to get into the park, what's 10 more dollars? It's not a big deal. It allows you to reserve fast passes from your phone, so you could be in California Adventure and reserve fast passes in Magic Kingdom. Otherwise, you're gonna be walking back and forth all day. The other thing that will save your legs is getting a wheelchair. They don't ask you what's wrong with you, they're not trying to get in your business. Every single time that we've gone to Disney since my surgery, we've gotten a wheelchair, and it is a lifesaver. It's so helpful because even if, you know, like most people in my family have Lyme disease, so we take turns pushing each other. That way everybody gets a chance to rest, and it really does save you from being super exhausted the next day and kind of overdoing it for your body. It cost, I want to say it's $20 for the whole day. No, I think it's $12 for the whole day, so it's really affordable. Every ride in California Adventure is wheelchair accessible, but most of the rides in Magic Kingdom are not, and so they'll give you a second fast pass for those rides, so you can have 2 fast passes going at the same time, and it's just equivalent to the length of the line. So say that you wanted to go on Space Mountain and the line is 30 minutes, they'll just tell you to come back in 30 minutes so you can go do something else with your time. I have serious problems with motion sickness, like next level, but for some reason we decided that we're gonna go on Soarin'. You pray for your girl. Actually, that's in the past. But you know what? Prayers transcend time, so you can still pray for me. How cute the line is for Soarin'. Oh, I'm nervous. This is so exciting. Soarin' was amazing.
I was amazing.
Loved it. I was a little sick at first, but we're good. This is what we're about to do.
Oh, my favorite ride ever.
You can't see because all the water. It's the rapids. How do you feel about it, Aunt Christy?
I'm so nervous.
I decided to write a list of all the rides that I like that don't trigger motion sickness. Yeah, basically don't do anything spinning. If you get motion sickness or if things tend to trigger you into a flare, don't go on things that are going to be really intense for you. There are a ton of rides that you can do that are still super fun, that are not going to trigger you motion sickness or a flare up or vertigo or something like that. I'm totally dry and I just went on Grizzly River Rapids. The key is to bring 2 ponchos, go to Walmart, they're 98 cents.
I made it with 1 poncho.
Well, I have a bigger body, so put 1 poncho around your waist like a skirt and the other one over it when the water gets in. Okay, one of the rides that I went on as a mistake was Goofy's Sky School. If you have physical problems associated with your chronic illness, or if you're prone to vertigo, or like if you have back problems, do not go on this ride. It's super fun, but I mean, look at us. We are like, it's not good for the back.
I knew you'd make it. Now, please stay in your seat till you're given the old...
We're about to meet Woody for the first time.
Any video?
I don't know how.
Hold it. It's already
Centimeters that the studios do. So we're going to be building a full loft with lots of light. And now I have to ask you.
Thank you much for coming to the animation. It
does not look like Olaf at all.
We'll be opening up. We'll see doors over there in the far left.
We're going in the cars right now. Hi guys! is so good about dining options for people with allergies. I have to eat gluten and dairy free, and everywhere around the park, all you have to do is go up to the window or wherever you order and tell them I'm gluten and dairy free, and they'll tell you what their options are. Frequently they have options that are not even on a menu. My favorite place to eat lunch in California Adventure is, I can't remember what it's called, but they have Asian food and it's so good. So they do like a gluten-free teriyaki chicken bowl, really delicious. And then my favorite place to eat lunch in Magic Kingdom would either be it's something Tiger something, and it's right by the Indiana Jones ride, and they have skewers. And it's great because you can get food for pretty cheap, and they're really good about being gluten-free. You can just literally get chicken on a stick. So I really am obsessed with chicken. It's my problem.
We're going on the Little Mermaid ride. We're sitting in a seashell.
We're about to meet Ariel, so it's casual. It's funny.
Ariel's one of my favorite Disney princesses. She's so cute.
And Kate wanted to give a shout out to her boyfriend. Go ahead. Shout out to how long have you guys been a thing?
6 months?
Oh my god. Wow. Longer than any of my relationships. Guys, it's Gaston.
Hey, Gaston!
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's Pooh. Hannah Kate, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
We're about to go to Indiana Jones, which is one of my favorites. I had to take my ears off because I was getting a headache.
This path leads to timeless youth and beauty.
Do we crawl through? I'm just realizing that Pinocchio is a very disturbing story. Okay guys, my whole family left me because I wanted a Dole Whip with my hair. Nobody else wanted a Dole Whip except me, so I mobile ordered it and I've literally been sitting here alone. Finding gluten-free dessert is easy because you can eat ice cream, and they have ice cream all over the park, and they have cotton candy and all those things. I am not a big cotton candy person, and I can't have dairy, so ice cream is out for me. Disney has one of my most favorite things. They have the Dole Whip. The Dole Whip is pineapple juice and coconut milk made into soft serve, and it is the creamiest, dreamiest, most delicious thing that you've ever had. Recently they started doing, I don't know if this was just the day that I was there, but you could only order it from your phone. So get the Disneyland app, go on there and order your Dole Whip about 20 minutes before you'll be at the place, because it takes about 20 minutes for them to be finished. And then you literally just walk up, pick up your Dole Whip, and you're good to go. If there was ever something worth waiting 20 minutes for, it's this. It's so good. My family is inside the French bistro ordering me dinner. I'm saving my table. If you're using the Disneyland app the whole day to reserve your max passes, your phone is probably going to die. So my advice would be to bring an external battery for your phone that you can plug it into, that you keep in your backpack. Or if all else fails, I found the one freaking outlet in the whole Disneyland, probably not, but it's the only one I've been able to find. On Main Street, there is a cinema where they play reruns of all the original Mickey Mouse cartoons. And there's like one of those revolving arm things that you push through in order to get in. To the right of that, on the floor, there is an outlet, and I sat there behind that little rotating arm thing for like an hour charging my phone. If you need an outlet in an emergency situation, that's where to go. I am alone again because my family has pooped me out. Now I'm just chilling out here charging my phone. I found an outlet in the weirdest place ever. Well, it's like 9 o'clock almost. We're finally, everybody Everybody finally got tired as I was. Yes, we had to make the most of our last Disney trip before we moved. So it's been a good day. I really hope that this video helped you guys be prepared for going to Disneyland or on any kind of trip with chronic illness. Remember that this doesn't have to be your whole life. There are always going to be medical innovations coming, and I personally believe that God can bring solutions. He can heal us. He can bring people into our lives who are going to make it better, bring innovation. We could find a better doctor who listens to us. I'm praying for you that God brings answers to your health journey as He brings answers to my health journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment. I love seeing your comments. I had a ton of comments on my video about endometriosis, and I didn't check it for a long time because I don't know why, like, those notifications don't like catch my attention enough. So I went and looked through and I felt so bad because a lot of you had commented and asked questions. So I'm really good at answering questions on my Instagram. So if you want to private message me on my Instagram, I'm always checking even the filtered messages. My handle is @JusticeHopeInlow. It's also below there if you want to see. Go and follow and reach out to me, and with any specific questions, I'd love to help with my own experiences in any way that I can. Love you guys. See you soon.